The uninformative equals the immeasurable, the money. What is going on here? This is real, and I'm going to tell you all about it. You're here because you want the 20K, you found out about this somehow, and now you want to know how to get it. If you saw my challenge video, the fun one, then you heard some bold statements. They're all laughable. The uninformative equals the immeasurable for equation 1. You fool. Economics is a precise and rigorous science, which is done at the finest universities in the world. Tell me something. If this claim is right, then how could you have the Journal of Mathematical Economics? It's impossible. Absurd. You might be looking at me and thinking, this debate that you would love to have, it won't happen. This isn't because your equation is worth anything. It'll never happen since economists are too busy and dignified for this nonsense. No way any of this is true, and I'm going to earn that 20K by proving you wrong. Is that how you feel about all this? You can easily get validation from your professor and ask for some help in preparation for answering these questions and proving me wrong. You said we have no justification for using Euclidean space in economics? My professor showed it to me in this book, right here, page 50. For the sake of concreteness. Concreteness. Not only does that word justify everything in that book, it does it for all standard economics, the papers, the books, everything. Right there. That's some concrete, isn't it? As long as you're chatting with a faculty member, you might want to say, Professor, I'm a student and I could use the 20K. Could you refer me to the vast statistical and experimental evidence that supports the CES utility function? All of that evidence must be the reason it's dominated the economics literature for so long. It must exist, right? If you don't mind, could you please tell me where to find the accurate method for utility measurement? I want to know how the profession solved utility measuring decades ago, before all the Euclidean theorizing. Didn't I hear something about no theory without facts? Every economist follows that great advice, yeah? That reading list will get me ready for the challenge questions, won't it? Let's get back to earning the money because you're ready now. So how's it done? There's a list of questions in the description down below, and in the computer animation video and in the fun video. They've been known by the economics profession ever since 2012. You must answer them all to my satisfaction. All other opinions are irrelevant. The first 3 questions require an indifference curve graph that I must see. For example, the first question, I want to see the geometry of quality with an indifference curve. What would be a satisfactory graph for the geometry of quality? First, the curves must satisfy the standard properties, downward sloping, convex, and they never cross. I don't care how far out the curve is because we all know that economists have no measure of utility anyway, so what's the difference? A proper answer will also give me a theory of quality, which is falsifiable and can pass tests. It explains what quality actually is. If I replace a 46-inch XBR10 TV with a 65-inch Panasonic ZT60 plasma, then your curve should show the benefit that I get from watching films on the greatest TV ever made. This will allow economists to measure subjective product improvement in the real world. You don't need to be creative. You don't even have to understand the answers. It's not like you're going to be tested on them later. You can take the answer right out of a paper or a book. Try this one. Growth through Heterogeneous Innovations in the August 2018 edition of the Journal of Political Economy. On page 1390, take the Q-bar equation to your professor and ask, how do I use this for question 1? I personally don't know how to do it, but I can't wait to see the answer. The truth has to be there, right? This paper's in the JPE from Chicago and Harvard. The whole point of the paper is to give a deep understanding of product improvement. How do you do that without quality? It's in the most prestigious journal for the most serious economist. It's not the Journal of Meaningless Equations, is it now? You need to follow the same rigorous scientific standards for questions 2 and 3. Maybe the Journal of Economic Theory has a similar equation for convenience. How about a Greek letter with a bar or a tilde? This is not an artistic contest for the best drawing. Are indifference curves taught by the art department? I'll be beyond shocked if anyone can pull this off, but maybe someone can. It's not like I'm asking for a new function for the first 3 questions. All I really want to see is 3 graphs. Now look at question 4. The concepts in your graphs should be clear to me without any written or verbal assistance. Mathematics is a language. Profound. That was written by a very famous economist that called his own book Foundations. Wow. Such powerful words. So if math is the language and the economy is Euclidean, then the geometry that I'm looking for should be apparent to me or any serious economist. Don't forget about that concrete. Let's say for the sake of discussion that someone can get this far. Question 6 will require logic and creativity, using those magical, elegant parameters for something useful. Good luck with that one, because this is the most difficult question on the list by far. Drawing a curve is nothing compared to this. You'll need a theory of quality and convenience that meets the same high standards as the first 3 questions. Explains, predicts, and measures with the parameters of the CES. I don't understand. Why do we need such a high standard? Remember, this can never happen in public, but if you can answer these questions properly, then we have no need for this new equation, do we now? The questions with verbal answers require a thorough and persuasive answer. One-word, obnoxious answers will not work. If I'm convinced by the answer, then and only then is it correct. All modern economics textbooks have equations and graphs, and I will use that same standard. The first presenter that convinces me will earn the $20,000. $1,000 payment for 20 consecutive months. We can work something out for the payment method after you complete the task, to my satisfaction. I am not obligated to answer every attempt or comment. Incomplete submissions will be ignored, as will frivolous, time-wasting posts. I'll take your work as seriously as you do.